Hi everyone, Katie Gehring here. Today I'm going to be showcasing some new additions to the Waffle Flower Planner collection, starting with a couple free downloads that are available for you within the Waffle Flower store. These are the Creative Monthly Planner pages, and there are a couple formats available for you. The first is this monthly one-page format, which would fit very nicely inside an 8.5 by 11 binder. The other format that's available for you is the two-page format. And what you can do with this one is that you would cut the page in half, and then you would have two pages that measure 5.5 by 8.5, and they will slip inside a standard size planner binder of your choice. So I had printed out these templates onto 65-pound white cardstock. But the other way that you can go is to purchase the Creative Monthly pre-printed pages. And so these are already set and ready to go for you. These come in the two-page format, and they're printed on really nice, wonderful, thick cardstock. So it's perfect for stamping or coloring or whatever you want to do in your planner. These pages will definitely hold up for you. Um, so if you don't want to fight your printer to accept thicker cardstock, these are definitely a great option to explore. The other thing that I wanted to show you here is that these planner pages fit really nicely inside the regular size MISTI tool. So if you are someone who likes your stamping even in your planner to be super precise, these are going to fit right inside your MISTI, and you'll be able to do some precision stamping. So now let me share a little bit with you about the binder that I'm using to store my Creative Monthly Planner pages. It's something that I picked up from Target in the dollar spot a few months ago, and I just really loved the fun pink and white polka dots and the gold accent on the spine. Now when I purchased the binder, I didn't have any type of specialty hole punch um, where I could very easily punch the holes to fit the papers inside my binder. So I improvised, and using the front cover packaging, I just kind of made myself a little bit of a template, measured out how the rings fell within the binder, and used that line on the cover as a guide. And just use that along with my standard everyday hole punch to punch holes so that they'll fit inside the binder. So I was really happy with this solution, and the pages fit perfectly inside the binder, as you'll see here. And if you're not looking to invest a lot of money in a binder at this point, Target Dollar Spot is definitely the way to go. So be sure to check it out. Now I want to show you inside my planner and share with you a little bit about how I set up a monthly planner page. So the first stamp set that I used to set up my monthly page is the new Waffle Flower Planner Dates stamp set. And you'll see that it includes numbers, larger numbers for all the months, 1 through 12. So I'd stamped an 11 for November. It also has the names of all of the months, along with those little square date stamps that you can use to stamp the dates inside the calendar blocks. After I had the basic structure of my calendar month in place, I turned my attention to the left margin, and I used the currently stamp set to create that fun to-do list along the left-hand side. I don't know how fun all of those tasks are, but I super appreciate having some space where I can write down my goals and objectives for the month. And to fun it up a little bit, now I just drew squares with my black pen, but you can certainly use those cute little icons that are included with the stamp set, and those correspond perfectly with the lines. Now I'm always typically looking ahead, so I also wanted to include the December calendar in the left margin. So this is an older planner stamp set. It's called Calendar, and it has all of the different calendar configurations that you would encounter. And I was able to find the one that corresponds for December and stamp it there in the left-hand margin. Now that I had all of the basics stamped on my page, I wanted to fill in a little bit more detail, and I had some extra space at the bottom of the blog as well as some space within the dates themselves. And so I used another older stamp set called Stay Focused to stamp in some events that I knew that were going to be happening in the next month. And you'll see along that bottom row there, I had an extra row of squares. And so I just kind of used that space as additional area to kind of note some things that I'm working on, maybe that I need to buy, things that are going on with the family or my church, and get all of that tracked as well. So now we're getting into some of the fun stuff. Waffle Flower came out with some really cute little icon and pattern stamps. This stamp set that I'm showing you right now is called Mini Patterns, and I have a feeling that this one is going to be replacing washi tape in my collection. So these little patterns fit perfectly inside the calendar squares, and I was able to really easily just ink them up and stamp them onto the squares and kind of notate some special days. And the nice thing about that in particular is sometimes washi tape has a little bit of a surface on it and it can be difficult to write on, but with the mini pattern stamp, didn't run into that. The one that I had just shown was called Currently Drinking, and it has fun little drink icons, including a coffee cup and a soda bottle. And there's also the Currently Playing, which has lots of fun sports icons, and then Currently Listening. So I was able to use that one to notate my daughter's band concert on November 1st. I added even more detail using the Recharge stamp set. This one is filled with lots of really fun icons and sentiments or phrases and sayings. And how I was able to use this one on my layout was there's this fun Make Something Fun that I stamped for the weekend that I'm going to be at a crafty retreat. And then, of course, Thanksgiving weekend, I had stamped Shop, Shop, Shop. And then the thumbs up icon I used on Election Day as a reminder to go out and vote. So now that I had all of the big calendar elements in, I turned my attention to adding some more decorative elements to the calendar page, and I did that using the Give Thanks stamp set. I added the cute leaves and the acorn, and then also the plate and knife and fork on Thanksgiving Day itself. So there is my monthly spread. Next, I wanted to show you how you could use the exact same template, the exact same planner pages, and turn it into more of a weekly format. So I did that here on these pages, starting with the calendar stamp set. I like to know kind of where I am within the month. So this time I stamped the November calendar in the left-hand margin, and then also followed up with some goals and notes for the week using the Currently stamp set. Next, I went in and added the dates up above the blocks using the planner date stamp set, and also stamped the days of the week. Now, it's interesting when I'm looking at a monthly view, I like my weeks to go from Sunday through Saturday. But when I'm looking at a weekly view, I like the days to go from Monday to Sunday. So you'll see that I used the Focus stamp set to stamp in the morning, day, and night. Also the blog heading, and really you could use those for whatever you wanted. Now, you don't even have to be super precise when you're stamping them. I know that I was a little all over the place when I stamped them myself, and so I was just showing you how I used a ruler and then a black precision pen to just kind of clean up the edges and the borders so that they all looked like they were stamped a little bit more evenly than they actually were. So once I had the structure in place, I again went back and added some of the fun details using that mini pattern stamp set, and then also the recharge stamp set. The week that I'm showing you in particular is the one where I'm going to the crafty retreat. So definitely had to stamp the scissors and the little camera that's included in that stamp set, and the make something fun. Now, the last idea I'm going to share with you today really isn't a planner at all, but more of kind of a crafty field guide. And this is something that you could do either on the 2-page spread or the 1-page spread like I'm showing you here. But what I did is I used the little calendar squares to make myself a sample of all of the Waffle Flower inks. So the first thing I did is using the Cutaway Alpha stamp set, I stamped the Waffle Flower ink title up along the top. And then I used one of the circle stamps from the shower stamp set to stamp all of the Waffle Flower ink colors that you see right there. Then a couple weeks ago, I showcased a technique in a Throwback Thursday where I showed how you could combine two different dye inks and come up with all kinds of new colors. So I stamped some examples there and then just kind of made note of the combinations that I had used. And then finally, just to add a little bit of fun element, I pulled out the monochrome stamp set and stamped all those fun animals with the Waffle Flower inks. And I just had to put one of the sheep on the other side, and that my world is black and white without you, which I think is so appropriate for colorful, beautiful inks. Well, I hope this little peek inside my planner and my process was helpful to you. I'm a big fan of the Waffle Flower Planner collection because these stamp sets are just so graphic, yet also functional, and really add an element of fun to my planner. For more information on these products, please visit waffleflower.com or visit my blog for more close-ups of my planner pages. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.